Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to understand about what's happening in America and the world today is don't get violent. Don't have civil unrest that they'll call a civil war. Klaus Schwab and the globalists have said their plan is civil wars around the world, or color revolutions that destabilize and destroy a country, and then the globalists come in as the saviors. That's being done. They want a civil war in America. They've been pre-programming it everywhere. We do not want that. So I don't want any violence against any of the people that are shutting down Infowars. I don't want to hear any talk about it. I don't want to see any of it. I'm sure they'll provocateur some of these groups themselves and anonymously, make threats against themselves to be victims. That's coming for sure. And for all people who say, violence is good, our enemies want violence because they're losing the information war. They're hoping for violence. Do you understand? If you study warfare and the modern system, violence is not the answer. So we're the victims, and I'm about to lay out what's happened. We're the ones being attacked. We're the ones being silenced. And so people ask how they can support us. I'm about to break it all down for you. Pray for Infowars, share the articles, share the videos, share them from all the places you find, share them from Real Alex Jones on X, and just understand that we're being targeted. Clearly, it's overwhelmingly clear to me by the deep state, and it's very, very serious. So there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about at this time for a lot of strategic reasons and other things, and I'm trying to work with my lawyers and stuff. They've got some points that are right. I'm right some of the time. When it comes to, I'm right most of the time. But the point is that this is a very, very serious time in America, and we're winning the culture war. We got to be cool and focused like Trump. We got to pray for Trump. We got to support Trump, because this is a criminal takeover we're witnessing. They're the ones saying if Trump gets in, he's going to persecute them. Everything they say he's going to do, they're doing it at a rampaging speed. So do not be violent. Do not make threats. Do not do any of that. Expose these people, mock them, laugh at them, and then promote good Christian Americana values. And just celebrate the fact that we're going to win and we're going to beat these people and we're not going to let them trick us into a physical confrontation. Do you understand that false flags are coming? And I don't want them to use the incredible uproar. And I'm very proud of folks. It's very touching to see just people. I've never seen such a freak out. I mean, this is like, for me, it's the biggest freak out folks have ever had for us. We've been through a lot. And I appreciate the support. People see this as an attack on them. But this is mega viral. People are absolutely concerned because they see the climate everywhere and they see what's happening. So we're going to win this. I'm willing to be Christ-like and just let them try to set me up, let them try to put me in prison, let them kill me, whatever it is. It would be way more powerful. And I'm not saying I hope this happens. I hope it doesn't. If there was TVs around and cameras around, because I want the world to see it. If some globalist walked up and we could prove what the globalists doing and said, you're dead. I would probably not even defend myself, because I would know that'd be so powerful against the New World Order. So I'm explaining, this is an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment. We're not going to have to do that, folks. The point is that if you want to avert total hell on earth, we have got to be cool as cucumbers, not just in this case, but everything as the temperature gets turned up towards this election, the most important election in world history. So I'm exhausted. I'm asleep on the couch here for 2 nights, but I'm going to be on air today at 4 p.m. Central again. Now I'm going to do kind of a meandering breakdown, because there's so much to say, so much to talk about. And then I'll get into it more and strategy and things once I'm on the air at 4 p.m. Central. Thank you and God bless. And for breaking news and updates, be sure and follow me at Real Alex Jones here on X. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here with a big update on the situation at Infowars. And I'll recap, and then I'll give you the latest information. But a lot of people, because I did 7 hours on this yesterday, have only watched a few of the hours. They don't have the whole picture, concise, and it can be a little confusing for some people because there's so many moving parts and things happening. But here's the long and short of it. I learned Friday afternoon that they were calling in more guards. And then I made phone calls and found out that the CRO, that's the Chief Reorganization Officer that's appointed by the federal court in bankruptcy, Patrick McGill, was giving orders to send in more guards at night after they think we're all gone at 9 o'clock at night to change the locks. I then called and the different lawyers and people who were learning about it, and they were told, it's just till Monday when there was going to be a hearing in court But the judge never said shut the place down. The judge said he's going to continue to leave the bankruptcy open at least until the 14th of June, which is like 13 days away. So why would he do that? And I then explained through his lawyers to McGill, because I don't speak to him. Certainly not alone. I'll explain why in a moment. That I'm the sole managing member of the LLC, Free Speech Systems. And under that type of corporation, in the type of bankruptcy that free speech is in, it's just a fact. It's not even debatable that I'm the sole managing member, and I actually make the critical decisions and things. He just reports back to the court. If he disagrees with what I'm doing, he's a monitor. If he disagrees with what I'm doing, he has to go to the court. He can't act on his authority to just say, close the doors. Then by the evening, I learned from my lawyers to talk to his lawyers that he was going to close it until the 14th of June, that Friday in Houston and at the federal courthouse. And all of my lawyers are good. And I've also talked to some of the top lawyers in Texas. The really top people. I'll stop right there. And they said, this is Alice in Wonderland stuff. This is crazy. But this is the Trump derangement syndrome. It turns out this guy is a huge Hillary supporter, a huge Democrat. I didn't know this. And the last few weeks, as we go around the office weeks here, telling everybody that I'm going to get people killed and that I'm a bad person, and because I'm telling people not to take the vaccine, and that shows like this should not be on the air. Now, he said this in front of some of the crew that doesn't want to be on TV. John Harmon, 2 weeks ago, he came in his office and there was a promo up there with myself and guest and Tucker Carlson, and he just started talking to the TV, not yelling at it, but just, oh, that's terrible, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets even crazier. He is clearly, no doubt about it, tried to set me up. My lawyers agree, everybody agrees, they saw it happen. I was in bankruptcy when free speech was in the first 6 months. And I already had some advertising that I was doing with John Harmon. He's been doing it for many years, been here 20-something years. He was the manager of that. And I told my lawyers, as assets, I have some of this money over here that I've been paid by advertisers. Now that I'm in bankruptcy, we bring this over. They go, absolutely. And so they would, in meeting after meeting with McGill, they would bring this up and say, okay, let's talk about it later. That's, yeah, okay, we're going to figure something out. And they'd be like, okay. Well, they went ahead and filed, after a few months of this, in the court, in amongst everything else in my assets, and said, by the way, we have this money. We're trying to negotiate to get into free speech systems, or maybe the court will give us guidance. But you have to report all this stuff, or it's a felony. And I didn't understand what was happening at the time. I just don't imagine that there's people like this. They're just so plentiful. But you see, nobody that was very, very reputable, or let's say top shelf, CRO wanted to come be the chief reorganization officer for Infowars. So this guy comes along, comes in, very nice. Oh, I'm in a blah, blah, blah. Don't agree with all your politics, but, I want to get this done and take care of the creditors, all the rest of it. And I'm like, okay. And, he's done some small stuff and has been known for a long time. And, he didn't have a good name, didn't have a bad name. It was just kind of like, he's a low-level guy. But he's done some of these. And he's in that court, so it means he's authorized by that court. And compared to the last guy we had, that didn't even know what he was doing, and was just unbelievable disaster. And that's a whole other story. So I brought him in. And then immediately, he cuts off all the advertising coming directly to free speech systems. Okay? Harmon started doing some of the side jobs over a decade ago. He's been here 22 years, because a lot of guests go, hey, I'm coming on the show. I want to help Alex. It's not a lot of the guests, but out of a ton of guests, it's a lot. I think it's like maybe 15 guests over the years have said, we'd like to do a rev share. Since you're already doing an interview with my book, we'd like to pay you, $5, whatever, each book. And then it would be Harmon, because he's also been a producer, booking guest. He's jack of all trades, been here 22 years. I would let Harmon take those smaller little deals and do that. And so McGill's like, nope. Well, at first he said that was all fine, but we're trying to get a deal to bring the money in. Then he reports to the court that we are taking in this money and that we're doing this stuff, and basically implies we've committed a crime, which it potentially would have been if this was true. While I have the Justice Department, and literally at my depositions, physically there and on the phone, and they hardly ever do that, the U.S. Trustee's Office out of D.C., hoping that I commit some crime and reading me my rights. This is not like a normal being sworn in. They understand, you understand U.S. code such and such and such. They put it in front of you. And if you say anything wrong, we're going to put you in prison. I mean, you talk about witch hunt. I'm like, yeah. So obviously going into this whole thing, I know to tell the total truth, that's my only defense. Plus, I'm a straight shooter. But I'm digressing so much, yeah. That's why it's hard to just tell this quickly. Sorry, I'll finish up in a moment and give you the information. So going back to this for just a second, he immediately comes in and gets rid of all the major big advertisers that were going directly to free speech systems because that was being managed previously by the administrative part of the building that I ran it and stuff. And I was putting it directly into free speech systems. Again, Harmon had always just done some of the little stuff as a producer because he'd set it up with the guests and do it that way. And it's a hassle. And sometimes it would fall through the cracks if I tried to have the other people do it. So long story short, he would kind of just get the breadcrumb stuff. And so McGill gets rid of $12 million of advertisers. That's what it did for the year. That's what it was the previous. They all wanted to advertise. He gets rid of $12 million of advertisers. All of our advertisers just guts them. No, you're not working with that ad agency. It doesn't matter. I'm like, we don't pay ad agencies 10%. I go, it's like 30 with some ad agencies. He doesn't know any of the business, or I thought he didn't. He kills $12 million of advertising. He then, again, will never make a deal to take the money over that I've got because now I'm in bankruptcy and I'm trying to pay it to free speech systems. And at least part of it should go there. We're trying to get guidance from the court because he won't respond. And he doesn't even know we filed this in the court because he doesn't do any work to speak of. And so he goes, oh my God, this could be criminal. He goes around telling some of the crew, oh, Alex and John Harmon got caught in something really bad. And I'm like, excuse me. And he goes, yeah, I had to file this with the court that you did this, but don't worry, you're not going to get in trouble if you work with me. And I go, excuse me? I said, and it was like the sound of a record skipping or a car crash. Psh. I was like, I have a good memory. We've been at least 3 or 4 meetings with my lawyers and you and my CPA where they're writing notes about everything. These people inspected me, searched everything, came through my house. I mean, I hired like the best people and almost got proctology exams. They didn't stick their arm up my ass, but they came close, okay? All right? These people don't play games, okay? I mean, I went and hired like big receiver people. And I said, these are people that take over stuff. And I said, I want you to do a proctology exam. I don't want there to be a red penny that is not getting reported. And they said this for an individual was the biggest report ever to the judge. The judge loved it. I mean, it was down to them asking about my cat and its value, which was like $2,000, my wife's cat and daughter's cat. So if you white picture $2,000 for a cat, I'm not into fancy animals or horses or stuff, but I mean, this is a ragdolls are badass cats. I'm a big advocate of them. I'm not even really a cat guy, but ragdolls are like dogs. I'm digressing because I'm just going from right from the history of this. And so I'm sitting there watching all this unfold, and I'm like, excuse me, we've been in meeting after meeting about this with the lawyers and with John Harmon because I wanted John Harmon to come over and bring back all the other advertising that used to be handled over here that you got rid of. He's a really good salesman, knows how to organize this and get the ads produced and get them all. He knows every step. And he's like, oh yeah, we might do that down the road. And then for almost a year, we'll never do that. And I said, Pat, I'm not going to meet alone with you anymore because I don't know what you're going to make up in the future. And my lawyers told me not to. And I said, you know you lied. And I said, if you do it one more time, I'm going to have to go public because it looks like you're trying to set me up. Oh, no, I'm your buddy. I'm your friend. Then in March, I'm going to be interviewed by Tucker Carlson. I get the email of a secret filing that he asked nobody yet. The judge doesn't do this. That's why it's just crazy. The judge gives it to my lawyers, gives it to me, and it says I'm incompetent. It says that I'm basically stealing money, that he caught me with all this money, he needs to protect things, that he needs the power to fire me, and that he needs to be the exclusive member controller. The law says you can't do that, okay? And they were going to file that. We had the document, and the plan, and then he never even filed it because, I mean, it's a joke. I mean, it's just crazy. So now let's get to what's currently happening. So in there again, he says that he caught me doing this stuff. That I told him a meeting about it. Like, what are we supposed to do? And my lawyers are there going, yeah, you need to take this money. And we follow the court and say, hey, we've got this money. Months and months and months before he reports to the court, he caught me with money. So again, now it's so clear. See, if he has me and Harmon, two people in a crime, it's now a conspiracy, and the things are much worse. And that's what the smart people are sure of it. This is a big setup, in my view, and it's very dangerous. I mean, this is serious stuff. And there's a lot of other evidence I've got, and a lot of other things. And that was another thing. I mean, he just dumbfounded me. Like 6 months ago, I think he'd been drinking, and he comes shuffling in my office about 5, 6 o'clock at night. And I go, hey, what's up, Pat? And the door's open. And he pulls a chair up and he goes, you know, I'm thinking, you just work with me. You can have all the side deals you want, do whatever you want. I'm not going to do anything. And I said, hey, man, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. So I, go out, come in there, so I can document this stuff. But then he even did that with Harmon in meetings. Oh, you can just keep the money. You just keep the money, kid. Harmon's like, well, no, Alex has it. He won't pay me. I'm talking to Vicky, his lawyer. I mean, this is all like us, like completely by the book. And then he's like, one more run at me, one more time. Come on in, Alex. Hey, you can keep the money. Hey. And I've had guys I later learned were in the CIA, high level, when I'm in D.C. and they use another lawsuit that nobody ever knew about, or a pending one, to get me in a big high rise. And here come in the DNC top, well-known household names. You see them on MSNBC and CNN. And it doesn't turn into a deal where they're not going to sue me. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, hey, don't you work with us? Well, we want to be your friends. And then I'm sitting there with this super high-powered Republican lawyer, and it's all weird. And then the next time I'm in D.C., the Republican lawyer comes to me at Trump Tower and goes, listen, the Russians want to give you $3 million right now on this trust. It's totally illegal. And it's the Internet Research Group right before that all came out in the news. And I'm like, I'm a loyal American. Are you recording this? Hell no, I'm not going to take $3 million from the Russians. So I immediately go to my other lawyers, go to the FBI, write up official reports, give it to them. So I am a major target, folks. Okay, and that's not 1/10 of the stories I could tell you right now. So that's why I know what this is now. That's what I know what I'm seeing. I mean, it is my opinion that he's been approached and is doing this by the feds. But it was a swarm of federal lawyers from the Justice Department in this building at my depositions. And there were a bunch of federal depositions in the bankruptcy, in both of them. And they are sitting there with their pen and paper, and they're sitting there with their phones recording, and they're looking at me like this. I mean, I'm like, so, and they're so pissed that I'm not a crooked person. They're all so upset that you can't throw me in a fucking prison. And now they're trying to do it to Elon Musk and everybody else. They tried this with Ted Nugent. People forget about this. He's coming on the show today to talk about it. He's been through this, okay? And they want me off the air, folks, and they want to punish me for exposing Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, and the WikiLeaks, all the weird Aleister Crowley pedophile crap. And that's what this is. And I also gave Trump briefings. I never wanted to brag about this because I became such a target, but they all knew. Phones were tapped. And I got briefings to Trump. I explained to him who was bad in the White House, Fiona Hill, and all of them. They got really pissed. Remember those headlines? The number one mission was to stop Alex Jones talking to Trump. They said General Kelly's main mission was that. I mean, that's in the news. So I'm not trying to brag, folks. I did the heavy lifting, the 1776 information warfare. So they want my head on a stick. So then yesterday, I told the crew, I said, within a couple minutes, after this show or during it, you will get a call by them again saying shut down the company. And sure enough, they called the guards. They told them, yeah, we're shutting it down. This is going on. And again, I get on the phone to the lawyers. I have them call them. And the lawyers explain again to McGill's lawyers, he's the sole managing member. You can't do that. But then I'm not going to have some confrontation with the private security company that's done a good job over the years at this place that doesn't know the law. So I have to tell the security company, I said, stop being conned by this. Do your research. And they did, and so they pulled back. But there's a hearing tomorrow. This can be shut at any time. He could hire, or give him ideas, another security company that he can fool to do this. So if goons show up to try to throw us out of here. We've been sleeping up here at night. When I was saw my kids this morning. If they throw me out of the building, or if they come and try to do that, I'm not going to leave. I am going to lay on the ground so that it claims any violence, and I am going to call the police. And then when the police get here, I'm going to say, have you ever seen someone thrown out of a building with no paperwork? And then I'm going to simply call my lawyer, and I got in my email, I'm going to say, I'm the sole managing member. You understand what that means under law? I'm the sole managing member, not this CRO that thinks he's fucking John Wayne. So that's why this is crazy, folks. I mean, the stuff he did trying to set me up and John Harmon, and then now that he's trying to order people without the authority to shut the doors here. Oh, but security was going to stay. And his people were going to stay on the payroll. When my lawyers asked, I said, watch, ask him. Security will still be there. And all his people he hired that basically do nothing in Houston, all his cronies. And Pat's like, that's right. They're all essential. They're going to still get paid. But there is no money to pay you going forward, because of the cash collateral meeting that the judge has said is no problem. Folks, this is the level. So I'm dealing with someone that feels empowered by the system. And they feel emboldened with what they've done to Trump. And this is the move they're making right now. So I don't think this guy's a loose cannon. And it turns out he's worked in executive positions in pharmaceutical companies, a lot of other stuff. And he literally goes around saying, I deserve to be in jail for what I say. I deserve to be in jail because I'm getting people killed by not getting to take vaccines. That's a quote. Harmon's really good at exact quotes. Known him 22 years. I'm getting people killed. I need to be in jail. And I've been told that by the security head guy. Yeah, you got to watch that guy. He comes in the office and talks crap about you constantly. But now, magically, things got different. I don't know. I think it's that people are confused. They don't know the law. I had to explain to everybody back when the COVID started that, no, we're essential. Media is not shut down. I had to show them the federal law. People weren't sure they were breaking the law. I mean, I know how to go read a damn law and call a few lawyers, okay? So I've been through this enough. I know what I'm talking about. So I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I've seen some people saying, oh, there's nothing happening. Jones just saying this. Bullshit. And it's going to be very sad they're able to shut down Infowars, and then that proves it to you, okay? I'm sleeping up here on a couch. This is going on. I'm completely freaked out. I love the crew. We've got such a great history. And this is the reality of what is going on. I have been so nice to these lawyers, so nice to the CRO, so freaking jolly and nice. Only person I'm a jerk to sometimes is the crew, more live on the stakes. Okay? I'm nice to everybody else. And the idea, I'm like Santa Claus, man. And the idea that they're doing this to us is because they want to shut down your ability to hear the truth, because we have a coup over this country that's making its move, ladies and gentlemen. And they've weaponized everything. Now, I'm going to do Mike Adams right now, and I apologize I'm a little late to get in there to do this. And then tonight, 4 to 8 p.m., I'll be live. We've got a whole bunch of huge guests coming on the show. I've got Ted Nugent calling me today. I want to know what's going on. And it's great to have him on because he can explain how this has been done to him and others. I mean, this is going down, folks. They tried similar stuff on Ted Nugent, and he's paid a lot for telling the truth as well. So God bless you. Infowars.com is there for now. The thing to follow is Real Alex Jones on X. That's there for now. And to really follow that and to really share that and to support my sponsor, DrJonesNaturals.com. Because DrJonesNaturals.com, we'll put a link below here. It's my dad's company, totally separate with no debt. It's got all the products in there. It's ready to ship. They're amazing products. A lot of the products that are available at Infowars are now available over there because he developed them. And they kicked his products out in the last year. They just started phasing them out. No, we're not reordering your products. We're not giving you a percentage of money anymore. We'll just not have those products. That's another reason Infowars has lost so much money. Oh, get rid of your advertising. Get rid of your products. Oh, no, everything you do is bad. Everything you do is corrupt. Every deal you had, it's all just made up. What it was shutting us down, squeezing us down. Oh, no, you can't go out on the road. He told the security people, no, don't go with Jones like they always do out to one of his gun shoots. We don't want gun shoots here. That's literally. Oh no, you don't go to the border. Plenty of money over there. No, you don't go to any of these places anymore. And he always lies. It's like, yeah, let's go to the RNC and DNC. I'm like, well, the hotel's me 3 times more. We don't get them now. And then later, oh yeah, you're not going to any of that. So it's like he's read a handbook on lying or something. But once you understand the handbook, because I've learned whatever the handbook is from him, watching, it's a formula. And I think the guy thinks he's James Bond or something, man. And dude, listen, I give people the benefit of the doubt, but this, not anymore. So that's where this is. And I don't like having to be aggressive. I don't like having to do what I've done, but I'm proud of it because it's the right thing to do. And I have integrity, and I'm never backing down. I'm never giving up. All right, I'm going to go do Mike Adams on his show, and then I'm going to be doing my show, 4 p.m. Central, Infowars.com/show for now. And, you know, this is my map. I bought this like over a decade ago, had it framed, put in here. I'm going to take this, regardless in case we get shut down. It's this little piece of Infowars will still be there. I've shot so many videos in front of this. I'll probably at my house for a while. Didn't make any other plans because I wanted to faithfully fight for Infowars as hard as I could. I don't know how long I'll be here. Judge may say, sure, shut it down tomorrow. So, and if the judge order comes through, I will follow the order, and that's the end of Infowars. And then I'll assess what's happened and tell you whether I think it was the right thing to do or not. But the judge is Trump appointed. He's been fair. He follows the law right down the line. He never gets rarely reversed. He is scholarly, and so he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. He doesn't actually have that much power. Actually, it's the trustees and these people that are doing this, and they're running things, and it's creepy. It's very, 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 very creepy. And I know what happened now. The mission was get Alex Jones and use the process to find something corrupt or manufacture it. And I believe that's what was done. It's very, very clear. And it's already happened a bunch. They see me as a major target. I mean, this is incredible. And if they weren't killing everybody with the poison shots, I would probably just retire at this point and leave the country because but they're killing kids. So I'm not going to give up. And they're just, everything's too evil now. And so I just hope everybody gets how much trouble this country's in. All right, I love you. I appreciate you, Real Alex Jones. And please go to drjonesnaturals.com. We have amazing products there. They really are good. Be sure to check them out. Thank you. Let's go ahead and go to Bikini Truther in Nevada. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. I do want to say one thing about Dr. Jones Naturals, if I could. I know it's off topic, but it's super important to me.
Sure.
During COVID, I went there and I got the facial serum. It's called Super Silver Facial Serum. And I'm telling you that it's changed my life. My son started taking it, his acne went away, and it's really good for underneath the face cream that I put on every day. And so I know that you need support, and that's one item so that we can stay out of World War III to keep you on air, is for people to go there and get stuff.
Absolutely. This is a patented nano silver, way beyond colloidal silver, that's in the creams, in the face spray, in the toothpaste, in the wound gel, and in the immune gargle. And it's amazing. And you're absolutely right. People that have acne have had incredible results with this. So I'm very thankful that you liked it. And I hope you'll continue to support DrJonesNaturals.com because my dad's our big sponsor. The deep state's coming after him. And so it's a strategic place to support, plus their great products, DrJonesNaturals.com. Anything else you want to add?
No, just I appreciate you, and God bless.
Thank you for your support. Now, please take action by going to DrJonesNaturals.com today and checking out the amazing products.
Viene una tormenta!
What did he just say?
He said there's a storm coming in.
I know.
We told you what was going to happen, and it did. Now we're telling you what's coming. At Real Alex Jones on X.